Okay, you want to have the definition, concurrent engineering, for example. You have 20 definition from 20 different authors. Combine them, and then remove some, add your own word, and become one single definition, your own definition. That's creativity, isn't it? But if you take from one source, and then you will be banned from that journal. And even if you go to highest degree here, you may be expelled, or you may be suspended from your studies. That's easy as that, you know. Okay, another thing is, yes, some journals do invite expert. Leave that journal alone. It's not many, but many journals accept review paper. Go for that journal, and do good training, involve your supervisor, and submit. And why we need to publish review paper? Well, we want to have more papers in our CV, isn't it? After this, you want to apply for lecturership, or to become the professors. You need that in your CV. Plus, for citation. At the end of my lecture, I have some interview with one professor. The interview is quite lengthy. It will be published in my book. Actually, this is taken from my book. I'm preparing a book now. I got already 110 pages, but I try to put more elements I want to publish. And then, when I have training like this, I can sell outside, but now it's not ready. Maybe in 1 or 2 years will be done. So in the books, at the end, I have one section on interview with one highly cited researcher in the world. This happened to be here, and now he moved to Saudi. I got 3-4 pages of the interview, but I just take about 10 as a sample here, because time is not much, isn't it? I think my time is finished already. Yeah, 15 minutes. Not much, but I came late by 15 minutes. I can extend if I need to. Okay, in the review paper, author should more analyze and discuss the result on the topic being reviewed in the literature. It is good practice to use more subtopic. Another thing is about a review paper. Don't write two issues in one paper. What I mean is that 2 topics must be one single topic. You want to talk about kena fiber reinforced thermoset composite. Dwell with that topic. Don't have the second session sugar palm fiber reinforced thermoset. Let it become not focused. Do not become focused. I have sent one paper in that way. So I said this is 2 different separate review. Must be in single topic. I know your thesis may have 3-4 main topic. Split them if you want to publish more all in 2-3 papers. Don't put it in one single paper. It will not. It doesn't make sense that way. And in review paper, you can use as many figures and as many tables you want from other resources, other from references. I was once in the external examiner in one university. I said to the candidate, your literature review lack of figures and table, but the supervisor is not supposed to speak. But he said, why we need to do that? He said, I like that way, because if you have review paper with figures and table, which is relevant, of course, it will enhance the quality of your review, more interesting. If you read book on engineering, it's only text and text and text and text. You like to read that book? No, you don't like to buy. But if you have, chapter 1, we got 20 figures on composite, pulsion, filament winding, the photo, the diagram, the schematic. You like to read that book. Colorful, so you like to read that book. That's why in review paper, even in your thesis or in your paper, it's okay for you to take the figures and table from others, and I think that generally there is no need for you to ask permission. It's understood, isn't it, David? Okay, plagiarism, I discussed this now, is defined as the reproduction or presentation of the published work of others in the form of language or ideas without citing the reference source. Even you cite the reference source, it's still called plagiarism, because you didn't. The term called it paraphrasing, you reword. Paraphrasing, revise as many times as possible, necessary. Okay, it's very important. And then on top of that, we have the turning in software to check. And this is how it looks like. For those who has not seen that, we have here in UPM library. Okay, there's online submission. I think Javed has discussed this in detail, but it's a different. I'm presenting a different perspective from my own perspective. People tend to put off with this one. Maybe they think a lot of work. And it's not much work. You just cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. That's it. Sometimes we have. I think you need about 15 minutes now to do this. To me, I mean, it's not difficult. What? Select an article type. Just either review paper or special issue or your regular paper. It's only half-minute job. Enter title, you cut and paste. Edit, remove author. Your name is already there as corresponding author. You just add your co-authors. There's no need to put their email also. It's only optional. The name is important. And then submit abstract. Just paste. Enter keyword with a space with separated by semicolon normally. Select classification. This normally people got stuck because you have to press the correct button, the right button, the leftmost with the cross. You have to click on that, and then it will appear, and then you have to submit or something like that. If you push the choose the wrong button, it will not appear. It may for the new researcher they may have problem with that. Additional information normally. You just write the short cover letter, and then enter comment. You have no comment. Suggest reviewer. This one is very important. They may not send to all, but you know they will give you chance. Maybe 5 you give, they will choose 2, and the rest they give. The third person will be unknown or very tough person who will say yes or no. But normally these people that you give, they will be in your favor. But give all 5. They ask you for 5. Yeah. Preferably people from different different countries, geographical area, different. One in Saudi, one in US, Australia. It's okay to put the name of person that you know. It's alright. Nothing harm for that. Opposed review sometimes is important because they will be your rival, your competitors. If you publish, and they will straight away reject your paper. And there is some, because the for the fear of the conflict of interest, this one is given for you. You know, you have that machine. You have, for example, you buy filament welding machine, and that university also got filament welding machine. You publish, and they said no, we buy it first. We bought this first, so they don't want your paper to appear anywhere. So they will reject your paper, maybe without any reason. So that's why you have to give the opposed reviewer. Then you attach file. This is a bit tedious sometimes, but it's still not difficult. Normally in LCVA you have to provide highlight. The number of letter must be correct, must not exceed. They will ask you to change later on. If you don't, you exceed the number of the character of allowed. And then you have to generate into PDF file, and then you just confirm that you want to submit. As easy as that. Okay, review process. The concept of journal review was reported 300 years ago for quality, like quality control. The purpose is to ensure the certain level of quality by 2 or 3 reviewers who are expert in the subject. They are knowledgeable in the area, and who make final recommendation on the suitability of the paper. This is what sometimes happen. The editor having your paper, they straight away reject. We said sometimes they said this has been published earlier. Actually, when they said it has been published earlier, doesn't mean that the paper has been published, but maybe similar paper. Because PhD, you need at least 4 papers or 2 papers. There is some tendency to similarity. Maybe you work on one is kena with the treatment and without treatment. So whatever you get is almost the same, except one is treated, one is not treated. The fiber is treated, one is not treated. What you get, the curve, the estimation will be the same, but the actual fact is different. At least allow that. But the editor, on seeing that you have published the one they want to reject. They said, I don't want to fall into trouble. Though we can defend, this is different. And then sometimes the paper is outside the scope, and then and maybe your work is too weak. They are very strong community who normally send, because this journal, good journal, they got only acceptance rate is very low. I mean, the 35. This is the indication of a good journal. They must reject paper somehow. For nothing, they reject your paper. You know that there's a paper earlier than you being published similar to your work, and then he said even worse than my paper. But why is being published? Because of that, maybe of the rejection rate. They have some quota to reject. Maybe for no reason. They have to find reason for that. Okay, this is how the normally review, just like your PhD or master verdict, publish minor correction, major correction. Generally, when your editor asks you to do correction, your paper will be accepted. But these days, sometimes things change now. Even they ask you to do correction, the editor reject. It's quite strange. Two, three editors do that. But normally, if the editor asks you to do correction, 90% they will be accepted later on. But some exception, with some exception. Okay, the reason for paper being rejected, not meeting the journal word limit. Okay, sometimes say 400, you go for 600, and not focusing on the paper on limited subject question, trying to cover too wide area, point or subject, too many points. I think it's one word. Sorry, this is one. Not clear linking between problem, research review, and research question. The design, finding, discussion, and conclusion irrelevant material or new idea. Introduction not relevant. Poor linking to research. Poor linking to the previous research. That's why very important to do literature review. Repetition, too much detail, too little detail. Limitation or alternative explanation not discussed sufficiently. Title, abstract, conclusion does not describe what presented. A reference method. You know that there are two methods for reference. Common one. One is author and year and number in square bracket. This new researcher make a lot of mistake on this, because sometimes they use the author and year. At the end, the number is wrong. You must sort alphabetically, and also you must go for the in sequence. If you use square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, not 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay, just like how you count. And another thing is when you write the reference, you tend to use both Ahmad 2009 number 1. Also don't allow that. Only one you allow. You are allowed for that. Okay, this is a galley pro, the final phase. Nowadays all online, but this is an example of the proofreading version. You have to do, but you have to read in a short time, 1 or 2 days, 3 days. Don't spend much time on that. Okay, I've done an interview with one professor. He's now in Saudi, in King Fahd University. So I make use of this knowledge. Professor Saidor, he was here in KL before. He's one of the highly cited researchers in ISI Thomson Reuters. So, okay, I read my question. It's not very attractive presentation, but just question from me is answer. I will read it out. Why journal publication is important in academic work? He said that it is a way to be trained for academic excellence in research and publication. It is important to disseminate new findings with the scientific community. Moreover, this is to resharpen one's knowledge in this field. So this is the reason why we write, according to this professor. Okay, what are your advices for a new researcher to publish a journal paper? This is what we all are here for. And Saidor said, I would say to start with the limited aim. Make a good plan, work with a good team. So you have to have a team. Even one may plan with undergraduate students' thesis, work can be published. Read more literature to identify research gap and novelty. Never give up even after